All right. Okay. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Today I'm going to go through Sec 2 algebra on quadratic word problems and one more question on quadratic graphs. Then after that, we'll go on to proportion, similarity, okay, and math skill. So without further ado, let me begin with the first question. Now, I think my Sec 3 already went through this part of the question already, but my Sec 2, I have not done so. So for you to pay attention. Okay, inside quadratic word problems, there are generally a few common types of quadratic word problem. Number one, first type involving rate. Rate means either can be distance, speed, and time, or they can tell you how fast something is going on, then you need to do. Okay, the second type of question is involving area, then the shapes and things like that. And the third type of questions is usually involve something to do with money, monetary transactions or whichever, okay, or cost and things like that. So I just picked a few samples, the three types of questions on this. Okay, give me a minute, huh? Oh, indices, huh? Fengqing, I'll do the indices question another day, Sunday, tomorrow. Most likely, maybe tomorrow or next week. Yeah. Okay. Let me continue with my lesson, sorry. Right, so in this case, first question tells you about the average speed. Okay, we know from here speed equals to distance times time. So the question gave me the distance and give me the time. So speed equals to distance equals to okay, this one. Distance equals to speed times time, sorry. So I need to piece the information together. So first part, this is my distance. I can replace this into my equation. Then I take the speed times my time. So speed times time is over here. Okay, so we plug this into our equation that we know of and multiply. Next one, we need to expand and simplify. So we expand out, okay, and get 3x squared minus 9x. Now our objective is to make the equation over here it's equal to 0. So we need to switch one of the side. We'll keep this as 0 and we'll shift the 2x squared over. Why is this so? Because 3x squared minus 2x squared can give me a positive x squared. I try to keep my x squared positive. Okay, then 9x is over here, minus the 8, negative 8 bring over become positive 8. So this one become plus 8. So from here, we show that this is the equation shown. Okay, I have already posted out the answers. If you need to go through which part of the question, you let me know again also, huh? Or if you need time to write down the answers, you let me know. Okay, if not, I'll continue. Okay, now the next part, even if I'm not able to do part A, I can still go and do the part 2 of the question directly. I hope by now most of you already know how to use the calculator 522, menu 522. Okay, for the set 3, use the formula x equals to, anyone on the set 3, do you all know what's the formula? Ethan, what's the formula for quadratic equation? Ayo, you're not going to answer me. I'm going to talk to myself. Anyone knows the quadratic formula? X equals to negative b. Nobody, plus minus square root. Then what? B square minus 4ac over 2a. Right? So you better make sure you know how to remember this equation. Can? Right. Who are those of you who actually know this formula? You raise your hand on Zoom. One only. Really? 1, 2, 3. Okay. At least you all know the formula. Maybe I'm shy to say lah. Okay, never mind. Then for my Sec 2 students, right, who are using your calculator mode 522, you key in A equals to 1, B equals to negative 9, C equals to 8. But you need to show some kind of working or you do factorization. So you need to do the factorization for 3 terms. That will be x minus 8 and x plus 1. Your calculator will give you x equals to 8 and x equals to 1, but you must still show the working over here. Okay, so you factorize then x times x to give you x squared and then 8 times 1 to give you 8, then you cross over negative 8, cross over negative 1. So from here, when you get two answers, 8 and 1. Now, normally most students says, you all know how to reject one of the answer. But in this case, because one of them is negative number, but in this case, both of them are positive number. The question asks you to explain why one of the solutions is being rejected. How do I know? Must go back to my question and check. One of my expression, x is a speed, and one of my expression is timing, 3x minus 9. So if when x equals to 1, 3x minus 9 becomes 3 minus 9. This is a number negative 6. But a timing cannot be negative. Therefore, I have to reject this part of the solution. Okay, are you okay with this? If you are okay and done, then give me, raise up your hands and then you give me a sign. Then I can continue to the next question. Thank you, husband, for attending lesson. Thank you, Gerard. Thank you, Weber. Rare to see all of you here. Okay, the rest of my good students are always still here. Okay, good. Okay, then the rest, you're done with writing the formula already, right? Okay, good. Then I continue, okay? Then the question says, find the distance that Edwin ran in the race. So what do? Now you have your x equals to 8, right? The number 8. You're going to plug in to find the distance. The question says distance is 2x squared minus 8. So 2 times 8 squared minus 8, 120. This question shouldn't be too much of a problem, so I should not waste too much time. Next question. Okay, next part. Now, this one I'll do it a little bit slowly. They're quite common. Okay, the diagram shows a rectangle, and the area of the rectangle is this. So we need to piece the information together. Okay, please tell me, how do you find area of rectangle? If you are too shy to say out the answer, you can type in the chat group. I will read the chat. Thank you. Ethan says area is equals to base times length or length times breadth. Both can. So in this case, I'll take my length and my breadth. I'll take the two of them, multiply together. So that's how we got this part of the equation. And they give us the number equals to this area. So I make use of the area given to me, plug it inside. Okay, so they give me the area. So I form an equation. Again, we want to get something equals to 0, right? And there's no brackets over here. So we expand this out to get 2x squared. Akmal is also here. Hello, hi. Hi, Aryan, and hi, Akmal. We are continuing with this one, the quadratic word problems. The other day we were doing the tick stack of the revision worksheet. Is inside the whole pile, one of the pages. All right, it's under quadratic word problems. Please find it. Okay, I'll continue with the next part question. Yeah. So area equals to question number 2. Area equals to length times breadth. So I expand out x times 2x to x squared, x times 5, 5x, 3 times 2, 6x, 15. Now we want to get the equation to be equals to 0. So what do we do with 120? What do we do with 120?
Shift.
Thank you. We shift over, it becomes minus, right? So in this case, we have everything together. Let us simplify our equation. 5x plus 6x will give you 11x. Then 15 with minus 120, simplify negative 105. So shown equals to what this is. Okay. Now, let's say even if you cannot do part A, you can also straight away went to go to do part B to solve the equation. All right. So in order to solve the equation, our equation have solving this equation and explain why one of the solutions is rejected. So now for the Set 2 level, we need to solve by factorization because we only learn factorization. I hope you know how to use your calculator mode 522. Okay, So A is the number 2, B is 11, C is negative 105. You will get into your calculator a number, let's say 21 over 2, negative. So if it's negative 21 over 2, it means this one over here will become a positive, and 21 over 2, 2 is with the x in front, then 21 is at the back. Then the other answer, x equals to 5, so make sure you change the sign, x minus 5. Write down the working, because Sec 2 level only got this method, so you must show the working, right? Put brackets for your answer. So therefore, first answer, first one, equals to 0, so x equals to 10.5. Second answer, x equals to 5, right? Then we need to explain why this is one of the solutions is not appropriate. Remember, all these are measurements and length. We cannot have a length to be negative number. So a measurement x equals to 10, negative 10.5, x cannot be negative, right? The value, the length cannot be negative. Therefore, this value is rejected. Okay. For the Sec 3, you do quadratic formula. Anyone remember the quadratic formula again? Just now some of them wasn't here. Maybe I ask the newer ones. Anyone remember a quadratic formula? Well, do you remember the quadratic formula? Or maybe I should ask Wei Wen, do you remember a quadratic formula?
Or is it the a square minus b square?
X equals to
Oh, x equals to
negative,
plus negative or
uh,
positive.
correct?
Oh, uh, oh,
Give you a clue.
okay.
B square.
Or b square plus c square
No, minus 4.
minus
You know,
4
remember
or
A, C, x equals to negative b plus or minus square root of
or
b square minus 4ac over what?
2a.
Yes, over 2a. Okay, this formula doesn't seem like you're very familiar with it. I write it down again here. Please memorize it. Thank you very much for attempting to answer my question. Okay, so do memorize this formula. This is important. At the same time, please make sure you know what is your A, B, and C. Take note, in this case, C is negative 0.5. Always put brackets for all your values. Okay, now, those of you who are using your calculator and you're not using the menu shortcut, right? I noticed that you always forgot to put the plus sign or the minus sign for the answers. Okay, so in your calculator, right, how do you key the answer? The first answer, you need to put a negative b plus. The first value, you need to put a plus. A lot of you remember to put minus, but you forgot to put the one with a plus. If you never put a plus, right, then answer is wrong. Okay, so you must put the plus sign. Alternatively, you do the shortcut. You press menu 522. You key A equal, B equals, C equals. Then you press equal to get your first answer, equal to get your second answer straight away. Okay, you don't need to use your calculator to do the long step. Right. Thank you, Hari, for attending the remedial. Okay, this part of the question we are doing quadratic word problems, the tick stack of the worksheet that we had. Okay, remember we were doing this yesterday in class. So it's the tick stack of the revision worksheet inside one of the pages. Okay, if not, you can also refer to Google Classroom for a soft copy. Okay, so in this case, now I know the answer already. I need to reject one of the numbers. So I reject the negative value because x cannot be negative. And I use it to find my perimeter. So I find x is 5. 5 plus 3 will give me 8. Then x is another 2x plus 5, 15. So my perimeter will be 8 plus 15 plus 8 plus 15. And get a total answer. Okay, is this okay? Those of you who just entered, hi Ardina. Okay, those of you entered, if you need time to write down the answers, please let me know. I'll show for a while more. so that you can write down some working for yourself, especially the set 3 ones. Okay, if you're okay, give me a hand signal on Zoom. Then I'll go on to the next question. Okay, 1 person done, 2 person done. Okay, the rest looks no. Okay, we were also done. Okay, can all right. Okay, good. Thank you very much. I'll continue to the next question. Okay, don't worry, answers have already been sent to class. If you have no time to copy, you can still go there and study. All right. Okay, next question. This one is a little bit more complicated. When it comes to do with money, a lot of times, right, money will have decimal places. Usually with algebra, we don't like decimal places, but so need to be a bit more careful. Okay. First part of question, I was quite surprised when I test this last year with my sec 2, they didn't know bubble tea. They didn't know how to calculate. They only know how to drink bubble tea, but they didn't know how to calculate the price for the bubble tea. Okay, so in this part of the question, the shop sells bubble tea at the following price list. Milk tea without pearl, just the milk tea itself is the basic X dollar. Then the pearl is $3.30, it is 30 cents. Golden pearl is at another 80 cents. So this company ordered 20x. This is a quantity, right? So quantity. And the one with pearl is milk tea with pearl. Milk tea with pearl. What is the price for milk tea with pearl? The price of milk tea is X. I add pearl is another 30 cents. So my price is X plus 0.3. Not X plus 30, but X plus 0.3 because everyone is in dollars. All right, so this is the price. And there are 20x cups of milk tea. So it's 20 times x over here. So first part expression for 20 cups of milk tea with pearl. Then 20x itself, I can multiply. Okay, I scared some of you cannot see. 20x itself, I can multiply to x to give me 20x squared. Then 20 times 0.3, use the calculator, 20 times 0.3, 6. So 6x. So this is the cost for milk tea with pearl, 20 cups, 20x cups. Are you all okay with this portion? Oops. Hi, Nicholas. Nicholas, we are going through quadratic equation, quadratic word problems. It's in the tick stack of the worksheet that we had yesterday. We gave out yesterday or the day before. Just look for quadratic word problems, one of it. Okay. If not, the soft copy is on Google Classroom. You can also use the soft copy. Okay. I'm going to move on again. Then the question says the company ordered in total $60. But then we only calculated milk tea with pearl. That's the second part of the question. It says 10x cups of milk tea with golden pearl. 10x cup, milk tea with golden pearl. So how do we calculate this? We have the quantity is 10x. The price, what will be the price for milk tea with golden pearl? Anyone? Milk tea plus golden pearl, how much would it be? If you're shy, you can type out the answers to me. Okay, nobody gave me answer. Ariane, what's the price for milk tea with golden pearl?
X plus 0.80.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you, Gerard, as well, for typing out the answer. So price for milk tea with golden pearl will be X plus 0.8. Let's take a look at our question again. Price times quantity. Remember, I got 10x cup. So the price is now X plus 0.8, right? So I multiply 10x times X gives you X square. Remember to square, huh? Then 10x times 0.8 gives you 8x. Okay, I hope you are okay with this portion. Then we have our previous 20x cup and the 10x cup. So they say the total is $60. So I take this one and this, the two of them, we add them together, total, right? So add these two portions together, copy down the answer, 20x squared plus 6x, copy down the 10x squared, and everything is all in dollar sign, so we're happy, equals to 60. Okay, can you tell me one thing I need to take note? This is equal to 0. So what do I need to do with 60? All of you know the answer? Somebody tell me. Thank you, Ijan. He says subtract. So we need to bring this over to one side. Subtract the 60. Rearrange it. X squared with x squared. So 20x squared plus 10x squared will give you 30x squared. X with x, 6x with 8x, 14x. Then this is the only number, bring over, become minus, right? But next step, can you tell me what to do? This one is 15x squared, but mine is 30. They want 7, mine is 14. 30, mine is 60. What do I need to do? Take out the common factor, but because we can, this is equal to 0, so I can divide by 2 straight away. Okay, when we do expansion and simplification where there is no equal to 0, I have to leave this as the answer when they never say equal to 0. But now it says equal to 0, I can reduce. So take out the common factor or divide, and get this answer. Sure. Is this part still okay? Okay, huh? Can, Arisa and the others? Am I going too fast for you?
Can.
Can, huh? Okay, can. Then I continue, okay? So even if I cannot form the equation in part 2, can I solve the equation straight away? I can solve the equation straight away, right? Okay, we use the formula. Okay, I'm going to ask one of the sec 3s to tell me the formula for this one later. Okay, remember, see who going to volunteer. Just now, Akmal try already. Okay, then for my sec 2s, right? This number is a little bit bigger, so try to use your calculator menu 522. Sec 2s, can you tell me what is the A? What's the number for A? Nobody tell me answer. Never mind, I call. 1, 2, 3. Who else can I call? Okay, Hazwan. Hazwan, are you there? Hazwan? Or maybe. No, Hazwan not responding to me. Then maybe Nicholas. Nicholas, can you help me? What is the value for A, B, and C? Or you can type out the answer. Nicholas. Yes, A. What's the value for A? 10? Huh? Where got the number of x in front of x squared? A is what number?
15.
Then B is?
7.
7. C is?
30.
30? 30 or you sure not 30? Negative. Negative 30. So C is negative 30. Thank you very much. So key this into your calculator. Your calculator will give you 6/5. Oh, suddenly somebody disappeared. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so 6/5. What does 6/5 means? 6 is here, 5 is over here. So we have the other one, 5/3. So 5 over here and 3 over here. Derek. Okay, so we have 5x times 3x to give you 15x squared. Hi, Derek. Derek, we are doing quadratic equations over here. This is yesterday's paper, one whole tick stack, one of the question on, you turn at the pages and look for the one on solving quadratic word problems. The stack of paper stapled together with the topics tested for NLA exam. Okay? Right, so we have this, then we will need to do the working. 5x times 3x to give you 15x squared. 6 times 5 to give you 30. Then we cross 3x times 6, negative 18. 5x times 5, 25. Then add in the sign, I want positive, so the larger number gets positive, then the other one is subtract, get our answers. From here, get 2 brackets, okay? So this is our first answer, this is our second answer. Ariane, please take note, sometimes the question give equal to 0, then you write this answer. Sometimes the question never give the equals to 0, then you have to leave this, the bracket form as the answer. Okay, please take note of your careless mistakes.
Okay.
Thank you. So now over here, X cannot be negative. X is money, right? Price or a number of cups of the, what do you call it, bubble tea. So X cannot be negative or the price cannot be negative. Therefore, we use X equals to 6 over 5. In this case, I change it to money, $1.20. Okay, for our X, the bubble tea itself. Where got bubble tea that's so cheap, right? Next one, then I ask my set 3. Who can tell me what is the quadratic equation formula? Who memorized already? Anyone set 3? Come on. Must show that the set you all can do well, then the set 2 will be inspired. Maybe I ask, wait, let me see who most likely can remember the equation. Kenshin. Is Kenshin there? Kenshin, can you give me the quadratic formula? X equals to
minus b
mm-hmm.
plus or minus
Mm-hmm.
square root
Square root
b square
b square
minus 4ac
AC over
2a.
Thank you. Okay. Hopefully you all remembered by now. We do 3 times already. Okay, hopefully. Okay, thank you very much. Please study. This part over here, Harry, I just like to highlight your previous working you like to do without brackets. When there are negative number, please remember to put the brackets also. Then I highlight one more part. Some of you don't know how to handle the plus or minus sign. So we must remember the first answer is actually a positive. With a plus, must key the plus sign inside a calculator. Then the second one, you change to minus. So it's either plus or minus. All right. So some of you didn't put the sign and then you key the answer straight away, then the answer not correct. Okay. Or if not, you use the shortcut menu 522, key and get in the answer. But the thing is, you must make sure you write the working. Okay. Now I know that this is my answer already. I'm going to use this, the price, to find the cup of milk tea with pearl. Milk tea is X, pearl is 30 cents. So add together $1.50 for the milk tea. Okay. All right. Without further ado, I'll go on to the last question for this first part. Okay, there's 2 parts today. One part is on proportion, congruency, and similarity. That one you probably need to know as well and helpful. Okay, for quadratic equations, quadratic curve, first thing, this one over here, if I have a positive x square, is it happy face or sad face? Anyone? Or you can type your answers. Yes, thank you. Positive x square is a happy face. If I have a negative x square, this will be a sad face. Next one, happy face, positive x square. Is it a maximum or minimum point? Okay. Minimum point. Thank you. Then what about the sad face? Sad face will be what kind of point?
Maximum.
Thank you. Will be a maximum point. And not only that, for quadratic equation, we got the line of symmetry and the x and y intercepts. Okay, so we need to know the line of symmetry, x-intercept, y-intercept. Let's take a look at this question to revise our concepts over here. First part, you notice this is 2x squared. 6, and 8. So 2x squared is happy, positive. But something to take note, 2, 6, 8. Do they have a common factor? What is the common factor?
2.
2.
2.
So yes, correct. So when you solve your equation later, you notice that this common factor 2, we can actually reduce the equation. Okay, just take note only. Not always the case, but sometimes, yes, it happens. So in this case, my question says, the curve cuts the x-axis. What happens when you cut x-axis? What must be 0? Nobody answer me again. Cut x-axis, what must be 0? Okay, I know I call Elise. Elise, are you there, Elise? Elise, keep quiet, Elise. Elise! She's not going to answer me. Okay, never mind then. All right, so cut the x-axis, what must be equals to 0? The y must be equal to 0. That means at the same time, if I cut the y-axis, the x must be equals to 0. Is that okay? So first part, write down the coordinates of R. To find R cuts the y-axis. So I substitute x equals to 0. Is this okay? I substitute x equals 0 into my equation over here. 2x squared. So now this x become what number? The x becomes 0. 0. Then we calculate y equals to -8. Okay? But can this be the final answer? Well, I don't like to. Can somebody answer my question, please? Oh, Fengqi. Yes, thank you, Ardina. No. Okay, so coordinates, right? Coordinates. We need a pair or we need coordinates, right? So we need a pair of values, the x and the y number. So we need the x number and the y number. So in this case, our x is the number 0. Y is the number -8. Thank you, Adina. Okay, so this is the coordinates of R. X equals to 0, Y is -8. Next part of the question asked me to find coordinates of P and Q. May I know P and Q cut which axis?
X.
Thank you. P and Q cuts the x-axis. When it cuts the x-axis, what must be 0? What must be 0? If I cut the x-axis, this one, anyone of you?
Y.
Y. Thank you very much. Y will be equals to 0. So I take the whole equation, y is equals to 0. Now, some of you will use the mode 2 directly. It may not give you the correct answer. Not saying not correct, just the working may not be fully correct because you realize that they have a common factor. So first, I need to divide by 2 since it's equals to 0. To reduce the equation, 2x squared divided by 2 give you x squared. 6x divided by 2, 3x. 8 divided by 2, 4. Then for this, right, this one for those even in Sec 3, we have to do factorization already. We cannot do the mode 3 because I'm not solving the equation there. All right, but of course, if you want, you can do so on your calculator and then write down the answer. Notice this one only got very little marks. This one is 1 mark each, most likely. So even if you do your mode 2, right, you can choose not to write the working and get the answer straight away. Okay, so from here, if you do factorization, x times x gives me x squared. 4 times 1 gives me 4. I cross over, get 4x. Cross over, get x. Then since I want -3, negative x get the -4x get the larger, is the larger one. Then I will bring over the sign. Okay, I get the answer. So first part, x minus 4 equals to 0. I get x equals to 4. X plus 1 equals 0. I get x equals to -1. But remember, the equation wants the coordinates. Okay, but first I have two numbers, 4 and negative 1. Which one is 4? Which one is negative 1?
P is negative, Q is 4.
P is negative 1, Q is 4. Thank you very much. So P is negative 1, Q is 4, and they want coordinates. So for point P, the x value is negative 1. But remember, our y is 0. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm a bit too fast to say out the answer, right? You wanted to tell me that answer. Then the other point, x is 4 and y is 0. So we got coordinates for this two. Okay, if they test this kind of question, Sec 4 also will test this kind of question. You'll see the same thing again. So it's very common, you must know. Okay. Then now, next one. Where is the equation of the line of symmetry? Line of symmetry is the number that's the line that cuts in the middle, right? In the middle. How do you find the number in between negative 1 and 4? How do you find the number in between these two numbers? What do I do to the two of them?
Add and then divide by 2.
Thank you very much, Icha. I take the two numbers, add together, and then divide by 2, right? Then we get 3/2. But Ariane, can you tell me this line of symmetry, does it cut the x-axis or cut the y-axis?
The Y.
Sure not. This one cut which axis?
Y. X.
X or y?
X.
X. So the equation for the line of symmetry must have what letter? What letter, what number
X.
equals to 3/2? X equals to 3/2, correct? So a lot of you will give me that number 3/2. That is a number, that is not an equation. So we must have x equals to 3/2. Okay, can you please remember to write down x equals to 3/2. It's a vertical line. It cuts the x-axis. It doesn't cut the y-axis. Okay, this one start. Test until Sec 4 still got my students still get wrong one, still forget. Okay, so this one please remember. Okay. Next one, to find the minimum value, the lowest point is actually here on the graph, the lowest point. So that happens only when x equals to the number 1.5 or 3/2. I'm going to plug it into my equation. So all the x now change to the number 3/2. Okay, and then I count my number, the answer. The other day, somebody was asking me, is it okay to be a fraction or decimal? Yes, no problem, right? No, not all curves have exactly a nice number. Okay, are you okay with this part of the property? Can Okay, if you are done with this and you're okay with this one important concept, really, please remember, please memorize it, study for it, okay? Sec 2 definitely will come out. Sec 3, not sure whether Mr. New will test or not. But Meadow never, did I test? Yeah, Meadow never test. But I don't know Mr. New will test or not. Okay, then I'm going to continue to next part, another one. We have enough of algebra. We will stop algebra for a while. The next worksheet is on congruency and similarity, proportion, and math scale. Okay, now this question, I think y'all need to flip the pages a little bit in your tick stack of worksheet. Can y'all find this? I give you a little bit of time to find. Once you have the paper and we are ready, raise our hand and then I'll continue. Let me know. Find the paper. Quick. Okay. Okay, one person only. I don't know about the rest. You all have the paper. Okay, Feng Qi have the paper. Okay. Okay, thank you, Elena. You also have the paper. Okay, I shall continue. All right. Okay, now for this one, congruency and similarity, we are not going to do algebra yet. We're going to do with numbers and figures. First part, what is congruency? Congruency means exactly the same, congruent. Then you have things that you need to match and label. A, B, C match with?
A with B, Y with B, and Z with C.
Okay, thank you. A, B, C with B, Y, Z. So A, B, C looks like this. Oops. Let me read. A, B, C looks like this. For me, I'll just draw another triangle that look same. And I will label it, oh no, not exactly a right angle. Can be something like that. Okay, A, B, C. So I will have B, Y, Z. Okay, then I shall match the labeling and the points that match the side. BY will be the number 15. So this portion over here will be 15. We are pink color instead. Blue cannot be seen. Okay, BY is 15. Then AC is the same as BZ. BZ is here. So this part will be 13. Okay, and I know this one over here, this is YZ is 8. YZ is 8. That means B to C is also is 8. Okay, so this portion is 8. So in this case, the question asked me to find the length for BZ. Immediately, I got BZ to be equals to 13. Next one, they asked me to find CY. The whole thing over here is 15. And this is 8. How to find CY?
15 minus 8.
Thank you. 15 minus 8. Answer. So 15 minus 8 is how much? 7.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. So this part of congruent question, very simple, straightforward. Must know how to do. Okay, there are a few types. I just want to highlight a little bit since those of you who are here, okay, and whoever that may watch the video, when we do congruency and similarity, right, we also have to think of some transformation. In your Sec 2 notes, do you even remember? There are certain types of transformation that will give you congruent triangles, and certain types of transformation will give you similar triangles. Let me tell you the congruent triangles first. For things that are congruent and remain in the same shape, some transformation, number 1, reflection. You all study physics, right? Do you all know what is reflection? If I have, let's say I want to draw a triangle here, right? And this one, the distance here is 1 cm. Where do I draw the mirror image of my picture?
1 cm further also.
Yes, you must also maintain it at 1 cm, the same distance apart, and then the length must be the same way. Let me aga. Okay, and this one is laterally inverted. Reflection images have the same shape, same size, just that laterally inverted. So they are actually congruent figures. Next one, rotation. Okay, rotation, this one you all should know. So if I have this and then I rotate maybe like that, rotation will need an angle of rotation. They will probably ask you to tell how much is the angle of the rotation or something like that. But it's usually not too common, but once in a while it can come up. Okay, it also same shape, same size, also congruent. Another one that sometimes you all might forget, let's say I give you, this is called translation. Okay, translation means I'm going to move, okay, my figure in by a translation vector. A translation vector usually comes like that. Let's say 4/3. Okay, what does this mean? This is the number of units on the x-axis. This is the number of units on the y-axis. If I have 4/3 it means I'm shifting in 1, 2, 3. Oops, not too big already. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 units, positive 4 units to the right. Then followed by 3. That means I'll shift up 1, 2, 3. 3 units up. If I will, then all my points, every of my points will shift in the same manner. Okay, will go in the same, everyone shift by 4 and then go up 3. Okay, if I were to have a translation that have a -4, -3, What does it mean? It means it's going -4 going in 1, 2, 3, 4 in the left-hand side. And then you'll go down 1, 2, 3, down. Okay, so it'll go this way, it'll go this way. The other one is this way and up. So it will go downwards now. It will slide downwards in a downwards direction. Okay, although it's not very common, but once in a while, sometimes exam or teachers or N-level might still come up. Okay, so y'all take a look. Okay, remember this few important information. Next part, then we're going to do something similar. Similar, and one of the transformation to do with similar will be a enlargement or a reduction. When you have an enlargement or a reduction, there's something to do with a scale factor. Can anyone remember how to find scale factor?
Image over original.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. The image enlargement or a reduction would need a scale factor. Scale factor is the length of the image divided by the length of original. That means how many times did it become larger or how many times did it become smaller. So in this case, this is met with a reduction scale factor 1/3. I'm going to save a little bit of time. I draw this already. So scale factor 1/3, what does it mean? You notice that there's always diagonals. Sometimes the teacher will set. Try to do the diagonals the last. Okay, diagonals we need to count horizontally and then vertically. Okay, a bit harder to count. So usually I always draw all the straight sides and then I try to join together the diagonals. Okay, so first one, we count the horizontal length. There are 9 units here. So I take 9 times the scale factor, which is a reduction, becomes smaller, right? So times 1/3. Therefore, I'll draw a 1/3. 3 square. Then here got 6. 6 times 1/3 is 2 square. So I draw 2 square. Then 3 times 1/3 will be 1. So 1 square. Then I join the diagonals together. Okay, for those who want to do work on the diagonals, how do you do that? Notice the diagonals here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 by 6. Right? We have to count horizontal and vertical and try to form it out into a triangle. So 6 by 6, 6 divided by 3, 2. That will give you 2 by 2. Then go 2 to the right, then 2 go down. Okay, bye, Yi-Zheng. Yi-Zheng got cut off maybe. All right, so this one is your reduction that you draw. The question can ask you to draw enlargement as well or identify for the scale factor. So you find that, okay? Next two part. Oops. Okay, now we're going to on to solve an equation. I'm not going to use this. I'm going to do the blank one. Okay. All right. In this question, okay, we're left with a little bit more. Some questions are no time. I will cut short. Okay, I'll focus on similarity. They are more important. Okay. Inside this figure, AB is parallel to ED. What kind of triangle? What kind of angle property do you have?
Z.
Alternate.
Thank you. Alternate. Z. Yes, correct. Alternate angles. So in this case, can you tell me A match with which point?
D.
D. I will draw a smaller one in this shape. A match with D. Then another pair of alternate angles. This
E and
angle.
B.
Who? B and E and B, right? E and B. B with letter E. B with letter E. Then last but not least, vertically opposite angles. Letter C with letter
C.
C. Good. right? So the question say, name the triangle that is similar to triangle ABC. If I want ABC. Derek, are you there, Derek? I thought I saw him. Derek, can you tell me? ABC similar to which triangle? ABC will be similar to which triangle?
CED.
No, okay, it is similar, but the order of labeling must be the same. Can you match?
DEC.
DEC. Thank you very much. Triangle DEC. So y'all cannot put CED. CED will not be in the same order. They want ABC, so you must go with DEC. Okay, very good. Next one. Now I want to find or whatever, right? So we need to fill in the blanks. Okay. Hi Akmal. Okay. Hi Akmal. Akmal, now we are at congruency and similarity. Turn the whole stack of worksheet. Look for this the one with this. It's at the second page. Okay, whole stack. Look for it at the back. Okay, then now since I have a matching, let me write down the measurings and the label first. C to E is the side 4 cm. Okay, I shall put this in green color. And then A to B is pink color. A to B 15. ED I do not know. So pink color match with pink color. Then blue one, AC match with DC. DC I do not know. Okay, so inside my diagram, I have these few portions already.
Find scale factor.
Yes. Okay. We can find a scale factor. We can write the ratio straight away. So in this case, up to you. You want the small over the big also can. Okay. So I'll find ED. It will be small over the big. Okay. ED is the one that they want to find, right? So ED will match with ED over which one? ED match with
AB.
AB is the number 15. Small over big. Give me one more pair that has numbers.
EC and CB.
EC and BC. So it's small over big. So it'll be 4 over 6. Then what we do, we cross multiply, or we can multiply the number 15 across. So ED equals to the answer 4 over 6 times 15. Is it 10? Let me see my answer. Yes, answer is 10. Okay, you can cross multiply or get your answer. Okay, so in this case, I just cross multiply. I multiply out the number. So I got this to be 10. Next one, they asked me to find the ratio of AC with CD. AC with CD, AC and CD, big is to small, is equals to the ratio big is to small. So if I want AC with CD, it's actually 6 is to 4. We simplify. So I take the ratio, this one will be BC is to CE. 6 is to 4. Simplify the ratio, that will give you 3 is to 2. Is this part still okay?
Yes.
Can thank you. The rest of you, some of you never answer or talk to me at all. I don't know whether what's happening to you. I hope you are still all right. Okay. Next part, this is an enlargement. ABC is an enlargement of DBE. So ABC is an enlargement. I'm going to draw out the DBE is the smaller one. Let me draw out first. DE. No, I should draw a smaller triangle. And then this one will be with the smaller one. Last but not least. Okay, so if I have ABC, an enlargement of DBE, right? A will match with D, B will match with B, C will match with E. Then I plug in my values. This is 6, this is 9. The whole thing over here, this one is 6 plus 4 is 10. Okay, they say find the scale factor. Is an enlargement, right? So
Right.
which one? Image over the original. It is an enlargement. It became bigger. So it's big over the
Which paper?
this one, this one you must find the whole thick stack of paper in Sec 2. Then under the Sec 2, you look for the one that has, you turn the pages, look for the one that got square.
Oh.
Then the
Aneh.
second page. Yeah. Second page, okay? All right. Then this one. So the big over the small, the big one, I'll take the side with measurements. What will be the ratio?
10/6.
10/6.
I left my paper at home.
Soft copy is on Google Classroom. This one is revision, proportion, and similarity.
Okay.
Here, go and look for it. Proportion, similarity, set 2 topics.
And
Then the proportion and similarity, the this one over here. This one. Here. Look for it. Set 2 topic. Proportion, similarity. Can Then simplifying
5/3.
this, so 5/3 as the answer. Okay, usually scale factor, I always give a fraction. I don't do decimal places, or it's not a ratio, it's a fraction.
I don't understand.
Which part? The whole thing, is it? Or is it just the scale factor?
I don't understand the skill factor.
Scale factor is given by image over the original. Okay, this one must memorize, image over original. Then question, image, this is an enlargement. Enlargement. Is it become big or become small?
Big.
Big. So my image will be the big one, correct? My original will be the small one. So I take a pair of ratio of the sides, big over the small. So out of these, I got the pink, I got the blue, and I got the green. Which of them have a pair of numbers? The numbers that I have, this one, right? 10 and 6, correct or not? So I take which one over which one?
That one.
What is that one? The big over the small. I choose this
6.
part. 10/6. So 10/6. Simplify, keep it as a
2/5.
Where got 2/5? Hello. 5/3 lah. Who's the one that tells me 2/5? Okay, never mind. I continue, okay? Next part, D.
It's Akmal.
Akmal, is it? Okay. All right. So the larger one, this one is the larger one here. With this 10/6, right? Then you use calculator. Okay. Next one, find DE. DE is the smaller portion, green color. This one, DE matches with the number
AC.
AC. So since we have already have our scale factor, big over the small, big over small is 5/3 already, or rather 10/6. Then I take it to be ED, the big one over the small one. So big is the number matching side. Big is 20. The small one is the ED you need to find. Then we
How to do question C, part C.
later. Let me finish first. Okay.
Cross multiply.
Then we cross multiply this one. 5 times ED equals 60. ED equals to 60 divided by 5. That gives you 12 cm. Okay. All right. Next one, how to do question 6. Very good. EC, you notice EC is a portion over here. So in order, before you find EC, the one that is similar to it, I only have the small one that is 9. So what I do is I need to find the whole thing first. Find the whole thing, BC. Then after that, I minus the 9, I can get EC. So my first aim is to find the whole thing first. So find BC first.
EC plus 9 times scale factor.
I don't like to do plus, also can, no problem. But I'll just take the whole of BC. Our scale factor is big over small, remember? So I'll take the whole of BC, the bigger one, just the BC, over the smaller one is 9. Our scale factor was 5/3. So we cross multiply, 3BC equals to 45, BC equals to 15 cm. But after I get 15 cm, how do I get EC?
Minus 9.
Minus the 9. So now I want to get this portion EC. I take 15 cm minus 9 cm to give me 6 cm as the answer. Is this okay? Okay, it's 3:01 already. Let me just finish one question. I'll stop at this question.
Yeah, a bit lost.
Yes. Have you done this portion already?
I copying.
Okay, don't copy. Wait, I repeat again. Wait. You are talking about you want to find EC, right? EC cannot find the EC straight away. Must find the BC first. This one is who? Harif. No, it doesn't sound like Harif. It sounds like Yusuf. Is it Harif or is it Yusuf?
Harif.
Okay, Harif. So this one you find the triangle, right? Must find the BC first, the bigger one. Okay, so BC pink color. This one match with which side, Harif? This one match with which number? Which one?
What thing?
This part BC match with which one? I got three, right?
Yeah.
I got the pink with the pink, correct?
The pink and the pink. So it's
Pink
9.
Pink is with
Yeah,
9.
it's the pink.
So BC over 9. Okay. And just
Okay.
now we already got the scale factor 10 with 6. So it's 5/3. Right? I bring down. Okay. I do not know lah. Okay. You must be with somebody, right? You sound like you are with a friend. Is it with Yusuf or somebody else? Okay.
It's me.
Okay. I don't know. Okay, then we cross multiply here, Harif.
Yep.
So 3 times BC gives you 3 BC, 9 times 40, and 9 times 5 gives you 45.
45. Yeah.
Then we divide by 3 to give me 15. Okay, so after I know the whole thing is 15 already, this part is 9. How to find EC? We minus away. Can?
Yeah. Okay, can.
Yeah? Sure, I
Yeah.
confirm. Exam will come out now. Then the next question, this one also teacher's favorite. I'll do this as my last question, okay? Some of them who attended late, I don't know. Right, but I'll just finish up this one. This question here says triangle ABC similar to triangle APR. Right? So for me, I'll draw out another triangle. So since this is ABC, pink, blue, and the green one. Okay, this is the one that has all the measurements, right? So I'll draw out a smaller version and a green one. Okay, pink, blue, green. Then we match the labeling as well. Match the labeling A with A with A. So A. B with P, B and P, B, P. C with the R, C with R, C with R, so C with R. Then we fill in the numbers. PA is X. Transfer. AR 7. So A to R 7. Okay. And PR is 5. PR is 5. So when the question asks me find value for X, first one, we find a scale factor or find a pair of ratio of sides. So in this case, out of these, we have the pink color. Oops, got X inside. Next one, we have the AB. I don't know the AB. I only know AR is 7. Last but not least, I know PR and CR. So I know the green color pair. So for my green color pair over here, I'll just write small over a big ratio. The small one is 5. Then the big one must match with which one? This one must match with which
15.
one? Correct. So
1
this
over,
one
1 over
match
3.
with 15. I'll just keep this. I'm lazy to calculate. Okay, then I want to find another matching side. They say they want X, right? X must match with the side AB. Okay, or which other side? Oh, I have another side, but I do not know AB, so cannot use. But I have another side. AC also have X. So AC, what is the value for AC?
18 plus X.
Thank you. So it's 18 plus the X over here. Okay, and then the other one will be matching with the 7. So these two are matching, right? So I use this two to help me find the answer. Small over big, so it will be 7 over 18 plus X. Okay, so this kind of question, it can be confusing when the shapes are not in line. Draw the same shape, similar, then label the measurements, and then match the pair. Then now we cross multiply together. So be 5 times 18 plus X, 15 times 7. Then solve the equation. 5 times 18, 90. 5 times X, 5X. 15 times 7, 105. Okay. Harif, how this portion, you understand what's happening or not? Do you know how to find the matching pair?
Yeah, this one can.
This one okay, Sure. Okay.
Yep.
Then we continue. Okay, last part. So I want to get 5x. I don't want 90. So 5x, bring the 90 over. We subtract 105 minus 90. 5x equals to the number 105 minus 90. Answer is 15. Last but not least, divide by 5. You get the answer 3. Okay? All right. This kind of question, teacher's favorite, they like to give the one that the position is not in line. If the teacher is a little bit nicer, they give you the one that is in line. So then you can match easily. Okay, time now is 3:09. I should not keep all of you waiting already. So those of you who attended my lesson, thank you very much. As much as you understand, okay, this is whatever that I can teach you. Right? If not, they can ask me questions, send me pictures or questions later. All right, thank you for attending my lesson. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye. Who's the one that's screaming?